Are you going, Jacob? Oh, we just bailed. No.
Not all adventures happen under the open sky. Some take people deep underground.
We don't want to come out of here with some scars. Look at how close we're coming, and it's a tight fit. We've got El Capitan back there.
Where the world is darker, stranger, and full of surprises.
And like I said, this is a mystery. No one knows why these cars were placed here. And some of them are really new, and some of them to this day, if they were mint, they would have been worth 50,000 pounds.
From mysterious tunnels to strange wonders.
What the heck? This is so weird.
Hang on for the world's most shocking cave stories that will leave you stunned.
There are crystals that are huge, so big you can actually walk across them. And for these crystals to have gotten as big as they are, they had to have been growing for hundreds of thousands.
A group of filmmakers went on an adventure inside the world's largest cave. This massive place, called Chang Dao Cave in Thailand, has been around for over 500,000 years, and only a few people have explored its deepest parts. As they made their way inside, they found something surprising: an underground forest. The cave also had huge rock formations and old Buddha statues left behind by monks who once meditated there. Some parts stretched for miles, making it feel like a whole different world underground. Chang Dao Cave is more than just a tourist spot. It's a hidden place full of history and mystery, and there's probably a lot more waiting to be discovered. Cavern cars. In a remote cave, an unbelievable discovery left explorers speechless.
Never thought I'd see this again.
Dude, this is amazing.
A mountain of abandoned cars, rusting in the darkness. This eerie site, known as the Caverns of Lost Souls, has puzzled people for decades. The story goes that between the 1960s and 1980s, cars mysteriously appeared in the cavern, tossed into the depths by unknown hands.
And like I said, this is a mystery. No one knows why these cars were placed here. And some of them are really new, and some of them to this day, if they were mint, they would have been worth 50,000 pounds. They're rare, some of them.
Some believe they were stolen and dumped, while others suspect a massive accident caused them to fall in. Many of these cars were once expensive and in pristine condition. To this day, no one knows who was behind this strange event. But one thing is clear: these cars weren't left there by accident. Maybe someone wanted them to be forgotten. Flooded stairways. This might be the most mysterious stairway ever found, because no one knows where it leads. Deep underground, a team of explorers discovered a flooded passage disappearing into the unknown. The old stone steps, covered in water, stretched downward into complete darkness.
See what's down these steps. We're gonna get the, it looks beautiful. We're gonna get the underwater drone dory down these steps.
With an underwater drone, they tried to explore the depths, but as they went deeper, the stairway became even stranger. A collapsed roof, thick mud, and shifting debris blocked their way. At 250 feet down, the full depth remained a mystery. Was this an abandoned mining shaft, or something far older? Some believe it could be a lost tunnel to Atlantis.
Oh my god, there's the roof. Basically, it's flooded. Look at that. All the roof is underwater. There's no pockets of air there.
Dragon's Breath.
Persönlich bin an meine Grenzen und darüber hinausgegangen.
There's a hidden world deep underground, and only a few have ever seen it. Dragon's Breath Cave in Namibia holds the biggest underground lake on Earth, but reaching it is no simple task.
Verrückt, ne? Also so einen riesengroßen Tunnel mit unfassbar glasklarem Wasser habe ich auch noch nie gesehen.
8 divers had to squeeze through tight rock passages while carrying 1.8 tons of gear. Once they reached the water, they spent 9 hours diving into the darkness, going deeper than anyone before. At 157 meters down, they set a new record. This place is so remote and untouched, it's like going into another world. One where only the bravest dare to go. Dark Passage. Diving into the flooded cave felt like giving your life a final goodbye. The water was cold, black, and scary. Visibility was low, and every movement sent echoes through the cavern. Each breath through the oxygen tank felt louder than it should. Halfway in, something shifted below. Not a rock, something alive. Was it just the mind playing tricks? Or was there some creature under the water? Maybe there was a reason. Some places aren't just forgotten. They are left alone for a reason. Vietnam Cave. This cave in Vietnam felt like stepping into another world. A lucky tourist had this experience. As he entered Phong NHA Cave, the sound of bats filled the air, and the temperature instantly dropped. The only way to explore was by boat, gliding through an underground river that stretched over a kilometer. At some spots, the cave got so narrow that he had to duck to avoid hitting his head. Phong NHA is over 400 million years old, with incredible stalactites and stalagmites formed over centuries. During the Vietnam War, it even served as a secret hideout. The deeper he went, the more unreal it felt. Towering rock formations, crystal clear water, and pure silence. This wasn't just a cave. It was like nature's hidden masterpiece. Mysterious pools. Two explorers went into a cave alone, pushing through tight spaces and dangerous drops. What they found was unbelievable. Inside, they discovered a strange underground lake. The cave was over 500 feet deep, with crumbling paths and risky climbs.
We're at this super deep cave that's like 500 feet deep.
Wow, there's a lake down there.
As they moved forward, the smell became unbearable, and the water was ice cold. Despite this, they stepped deeper, not knowing another discovery waited ahead. Hidden in the cave's depths was a glowing blue pool, its surface shining like a mysterious light in the dark. It was likely due to minerals in the water, but the sight felt almost unreal. A hidden wonder deep beneath the earth.
What the heck? This is so weird.
Eighth wonder of world.
Wow, this is insane. Look at these caves.
Lebanon holds a hidden treasure that many call the eighth wonder of the world, Jayita Grotto. This breathtaking cave system has 2 levels, one of which could only be explored by boat. As this group of explorers went down, the air became colder, and the sight of crystal clear water reflecting massive limestone formations created an unforgettable scene.
We don't want to come out of here with some scars. Look at how close we're coming. And, oh man, this is a tight fit.
That guy's a pro.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
We've got El Capitan back there.
The cave stretched deep into the earth, shaped by water over thousands of years. The towering ceilings and narrow passages made it feel like another world. Light from underwater lamps revealed the true clarity of the water, though cameras struggled to capture its beauty. Some places had to be seen to be believed. Jayita Grotto was one of them. Beyond the wall. Researchers were on an expedition in the Antarctic waters when they spotted what looked like an entrance in an ice wall. As they moved their boat closer, they realized it was a tunnel glowing with light, leading somewhere unknown. They decided to venture inside, but as they went deeper, everything turned pitch black. After a while, they emerged into a completely different environment. Lush greenery, warm sunlight, and no snow in sight. Above them, something eerie loomed in the sky, resembling a glowing portal. Then, the real horror began. A dragon-like creature flew overhead, and a massive animal, looking like a dinosaur, stepped closer. That's when the video ended abruptly, leaving their fate unknown. Trapped explorers. Some places are off limits for a reason, and this cave was one of them. A group of explorers ventured inside a restricted cave, eager to uncover its secrets. But the moment they stepped in, they understood why it was off limits. Authorities had warned that at certain times of the day, the cave would completely fill with water, making escape nearly impossible. Ignoring the warnings, they pressed on, only to find themselves trapped as water levels began rising rapidly. The cave was flooding fast, but these were experts. Using their skills, they navigated the rising waters and found an escape route just in time. A reckless decision nearly turned fatal. They made it out alive. Glowworm mystery. In New Zealand, there's a cave where the ceiling glows like a starry night. It's the Waitomo Glowworm Caves, located on New Zealand's North Island, are famous for their glowing residents. Thousands of tiny glowworms that light up the dark tunnels. These caves formed over millions of years, as water carved through soft limestone, creating winding passageways. The glowworms, which are actually fungus gnat larvae, produce a blue-green light to attract prey. When clustered together, they create a breathtaking scene like a sky full of stars. Visitors can explore the caves on a guided tour, with the highlight being a boat ride through the glowing tunnels, an unforgettable sight and a must-see in New Zealand. Underground River. Ever wondered what it's like to travel through a river hidden under a mountain? The Puerto Princesa Underground River in Palawan, Philippines offers just that, a breathtaking trip through an 8-kilometer-long waterway flowing beneath giant rock formations. As you float along, you'll see amazing rock shapes hanging from the ceiling and rising from the ground, some forming huge open spaces inside the cave. This special river leads straight to the South China Sea, with its lower part affected by ocean tides. The area is full of life, with thick forests and rich sea creatures, making it a home for many animals. It became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999 and was named one of the new 7 Wonders of Nature in 2012. A visit here feels like stepping into another world. Laos River Cave. You won't believe what's hiding beneath the jungles of Laos, an underground world like no other. Tam Kun She, also known as the Zebang Fai River Cave, is a massive river cave hidden in the remote Kamoane province of Laos. Stretching about 7 kilometers, its towering passages reach 120 meters high and 200 meters wide. The cave features breathtaking rock formations. Visitors can explore its dark, mysterious tunnels by boat, gliding through the underground river. Due to its remote location, the cave remains largely untouched, offering a rare adventure. Surrounded by the rugged landscapes of Hin Nam No National Park, Tam Kun She is one of Laos' most fascinating hidden wonders. Inca Temple. Workers and archaeologists never expected to uncover something this extraordinary. During an excavation, they stumbled upon an ancient Inca temple buried beneath layers of earth. The structure was unlike any other, with intricate carvings and a design that seemed far ahead of its time. What made it even more mysterious was the evidence suggesting the Inca had direct contact with an advanced civilization. Could this temple be the missing link to a forgotten connection? Some believe it changes everything we thought we knew about history. Bayano Cave. A tourist set off on an adventure to a stunning cave near the border of Bayano Lake, just 2 hours from Panama City. Inside, they found towering rock formations, shimmering waterfalls cascading from the cave walls, and an atmosphere filled with the sounds of rushing water. As they moved deeper, flocks of birds flew overhead, adding to the cave's wild beauty. With every step, the cave revealed something new. Some places aren't just meant to be seen, they're meant to be felt. And this cave was one of them. Drach Caves. Deep under the island of Mallorca, a hidden world of caves and an underground lake amazes visitors. The caves of Drac in Spain are one of the most famous underground wonders in Europe. These caves stretch for about 1,200 meters and hold Lake Martel, one of the biggest underground lakes in the world. People have known about them for thousands of years, but they were fully explored in the 1800s. Today, tourists walk through stunning rock formations and end their tour with a boat ride and a live music concert on the glowing lake. A place like this proves that nature can create beauty beyond imagination. Metal Box. What started as a simple dig in a remote cave quickly turned into a discovery that left workers stunned. While scanning the ground with a metal detector, a worker stumbled upon a hidden metal box with 6 strange star-like symbols on it. When they opened it, they found an ancient book, a snake-shaped artifact, and unusual jewelry. The book hinted at ancient rituals, while the serpent-like object sparked theories about a secret cult. In many cultures, snakes symbolize both power and mystery. Some believe the jewelry wasn't for decoration, but played a role in rituals. Whatever its true purpose, one thing is certain: this discovery raised more questions than answers. Ocean Cave. Tourists have been visiting this breathtaking cave for years, drawn by its incredible beauty. The secret behind its formation? Powerful waves crash against the soft limestone, slowly carving out stunning grottos over time. Inside, a narrow 200-meter walkway lets visitors step into this hidden world. But here's the catch. Nature decides who gets in.
Grottos that we walk through, the sound of the water, it is just so scary, makes your heart beat and drop.
When the sea turns wild, authorities shut down the cave, fearing floods and dangerous currents. Just think, standing at the entrance and seeing the nature, well, how exciting it is. Those lucky enough to enter on calm days get a rare glimpse of a place shaped by the ocean's relentless force. Yucatan Dive. Deep in the Yucatan Peninsula, a diver carefully made his way into an underwater cave. The flashlight revealed towering rock formations, some shaped by time into eerie figures. The water was still, almost too quiet, as if the cave had been undisturbed for centuries. Swimming further, he noticed narrow passageways twisting into darkness. The walls held signs of the past, natural carvings shaped by flowing water and time. Some say the monks once used these caves for rituals, believing them to be a bridge between worlds. Exploring this hidden place wasn't just about the dive, it was about seeing the history, where every turn brought a breathtaking view. Bones of animals. Scuba divers in Madagascar expected to see water and rocks, but what they found was a hidden graveyard. Deep inside a flooded cave, they discovered ancient crocodile bones, a lemur skeleton, and even the skull of a giant lemur that no longer exists. Long ago, this cave was a thriving home for these creatures, but a flood changed everything. Their bones remained untouched for centuries, preserved like a forgotten chapter of Madagascar's past. Now, these remains tell the story of creatures that once roamed freely, but were trapped in time forever. Ice Grotto. In winter, Minnehaha Falls in Minneapolis turns into a frozen wonderland. But the real surprise is hidden behind it. A tourist carefully stepped behind the 53-foot-tall frozen waterfall and discovered a stunning ice cave. The walls glowed bright blue, creating a magical, grotto-like feel. As sunlight passed through the ice, it transformed into a rainbow of colors, making the cave look like something from a dream. This breathtaking winter spot is easy to reach, but only for those willing to step carefully into nature's icy masterpiece. Altenbessik Cave. A tourist visited Altenbessik Cave and found it fascinating. After paying a small entrance fee, they walked a short path to the waiting area for boat tours. The cave had 3 levels, with mineral-rich water on the first 2. Inside, a natural bridge looked like something from The Lord of the Rings. The cave produced its own sand, and the colorful rock formations were stunning. The water was clear, but had no aquatic life. The experience was both impressive and refreshing. The tourist left amazed, realizing the cave was even more breathtaking in person than in photos. Nerio Cave. Scuba divers explored Nerio Cave, one of the most famous underwater caves in the Mediterranean. Located near Sardinia, Italy, this massive sea cave amazed them with its stunning rock formations, tunnels, and air pockets. As they swam through its dark passages, they saw red corals and marine life hiding in the shadows. The cave's grand archways and crystal-clear waters made it a dream for underwater explorers. Known for its rich biodiversity, Nerio Cave is a top destination for divers worldwide. The divers left with unforgettable memories, knowing they had explored a true natural wonder. Mammoth Onyx Cave. Tourists explored Mammoth Onyx Cave, a remarkable underground wonder in Kentucky. The cave, discovered in the 19th century, became famous for its stunning mineral formations and underground water features. Visitors saw shiny pools and looked at old rock formations hanging from the ceiling and rising from the ground. Minerals in the water gave the rocks different colors, making the cave even more beautiful. Some parts of the cave were formed from limestone, which dissolved over time, leaving behind large open spaces. Every step showed how nature changed the cave for millions of years. Crystal Cavern. In April 2000, miners in Naica, Mexico, discovered a hidden cave over 1,000 feet underground. Inside, they found massive selenite crystals. Some were 40 feet long and weighed 55 tons.
There are crystals that are huge, so big you can actually walk across them. And for these crystals to have gotten as big as they are, they had to have been growing for hundreds of thousands of years.
These crystals formed over 500,000 years. Heat, humidity, and mineral-rich water helped their growth. However, the cave's extreme conditions made it dangerous. The temperature stayed at 113 degrees Fahrenheit with nearly 100% humidity.
The reason it's so hot in this cave is that it lies on a fault, and underneath that fault is a magma chamber. And it's that hot magma that's heating the groundwater and then heating here with all this incredible humidity.
Scientists later found ancient microbes trapped inside the crystals. They were unlike any known life forms. The Cave of Crystals is one of Earth's greatest geological wonders, but its environment means few have seen it up close. Stacks of gold. In the waters of Nevada, something unbelievable lay hidden for years. Divers exploring a flooded cave expected nothing more than rocks and debris, but as they moved further, they noticed strange shapes glimmering in the murky depths. What they found was beyond imagination. Stacks of gold bars rested silently on the cave floor, untouched for who knows how long. Was it from a lost shipment, a forgotten heist, or something even more mysterious? Some believe it could be the remains of a secret World War II stash, hidden by the US government in case of an attack. Others suggest it belonged to an abandoned Cold War project, lost to time. Whatever the truth, this discovery could be one of the greatest hidden fortunes ever found. Swords of Jewish. For nearly 2,000 years, a secret remained hidden in a cave overlooking the Dead Sea. Archaeologists recently uncovered 4 well-preserved Roman swords dating back to the 2nd century. These weapons are believed to have belonged to Jewish rebels who fought against Roman rule. The swords were carefully hidden, possibly to be used again in battle, but time passed and their owners never returned. Now, after centuries in the dark, these blades have resurfaced. The rebels who hid these swords never saw the outcome of their fight, but their weapons remained, untouched by history. Now, after centuries in the dark, they have returned to tell a story of defiance, survival, and a battle long forgotten. Doorway to another world. A tourist wandered into a cave, expecting nothing more than rocks and silence. But as he moved deeper, he noticed tiny figures darting through the air. They weren't birds or bats, but fairies. Yes, fairies. When he told the locals, they nodded knowingly. Stories had been passed down for generations about fairies hiding in these caves. Some believed they protected lost treasures. Others whispered that the cave itself was a doorway to another world. Whatever the truth was, one thing was certain. This wasn't just any ordinary cave. Chauvet Cave. Hidden in the limestone cliffs of southern France, in 1994, Cavers made an incredible discovery, a cave filled with ancient paintings. The Chauvet Cave held drawings over 35,000 years old, showing animals and handprints in stunning detail. Scientists knew exposure could destroy them. To protect the cave, experts built a full-sized replica using 3D scans and digital projections. This allowed people to experience its beauty without harming the original. Some treasures are too fragile for time. Chauvet Cave remains sealed, but its legacy continues through its perfect replica. Ajanta Caves. Deep in the dense forests of India, hidden for centuries, lay one of the greatest treasures of Buddhist history. When a British officer stumbled upon the Ajanta caves in the 19th century, he found a forgotten world, an artistic journey through time. Carved in two phases, the early caves, 2nd century BCE, 1st century CE, were simple, with monks worshipping stupas. By the 5th or 7th centuries, detailed Buddha statues and vivid paintings adorned the walls. These caves reflected Buddhism's rise, but as Hinduism spread, they were abandoned, lost to nature for over 1,000 years. The Ajanta caves remain a window into a lost era, where art and faith were carved in stone. Biblical scrolls. Hidden for centuries in the Judean desert, a remarkable discovery has brought pieces of the past back to light. Deep inside the caves, archaeologists came across ancient fragments of a biblical scroll, untouched for nearly 2,000 years. These scrolls, written in Greek with the name of God preserved in Hebrew, were found in caves once used by Jewish rebels fleeing Roman rule. Alongside them, relics from the past, including rare coins and artifacts, paint a picture of history long forgotten. This is the first biblical scroll discovery in over 60 years, making it an invaluable find. Denisovan DNA. Not every cave hides treasure. Sometimes it holds pieces of lost history. Researchers found ancient Denisovan DNA in the sediments of Baishya Karst Cave on the Tibetan Plateau. These mysterious, now extinct humans may have lived there for over 100,000 years. The DNA suggests they occupied the site around 100,000 years ago and returned about 60,000 years later. This discovery reshapes our understanding of early human life in harsh environments. It seems history isn't always buried in books, but sometimes it's hidden under our feet. Underground City. In Midyat, Turkey, a remarkable discovery came to light during a 2020 restoration project. Workers accidentally found a hidden doorway leading to a massive underground city under the town. What started as a few caves soon revealed a whole network of tunnels and rooms, believed to be almost 2,000 years old. Experts say the underground city once sheltered up to 70,000 people, offering spaces to sleep, work, and worship during times of war. The walls still show ancient crosses, hinting that early Christians might have used the caves to practice their faith in secret. Among the findings were Roman-era coins, candlesticks, and bracelets. What was once is now revealing its secrets, piece by piece, bringing lost history back to light. Nenggiri Valley. Deep in Malaysia's Nenggiri Valley, researchers were searching caves before they got flooded for a big project. What they found was surprising. Hidden deep inside were skeletons, stone tools, and crystals. These remains, some dating back 16,000 years, belong to ancient people who once lived in the area. Archaeologists found 16 skeletons, along with thousands of artifacts like pottery and stone ornaments. One of the most important finds was a fully intact skeleton, making it the oldest of its kind in Malaysia. While this discovery is exciting, the caves will soon be underwater due to a hydroelectric dam. This is raising concerns about losing these ancient remains forever. Massive skeleton. Scuba divers don't always come across fish during their explorations. Sometimes they find things that leave everyone shocked. On one dive, a group of divers discovered a massive skeleton deep underwater. It looked human, but it was far too large, almost like a real giant. The strange bones have sparked many theories. Could they belong to an unknown ancient civilization? Or is this proof that myths about giants were based on something real? Whatever the case, this find challenges what we thought we knew about the past. Kazakhstan's oldest caves. Inside one of Kazakhstan's oldest caves, experts revealed something incredible. They found tools, animal remains, and everyday objects from people who lived there long ago. Among the discoveries were stone tools, a fire pit, and even a mountain goat spine. Scientists believe this cave was home to some of the earliest humans in the region. Sometimes, luck plays a big role, isn't it? Finding something buried for 23,000 years is no easy task. But these archaeologists were in the right place at the right time. Evidence of Neanderthals. Gorham's Cave in Gibraltar is one of the most important prehistoric sites in the world. This UNESCO World Heritage Site holds evidence of Neanderthals who lived there over 30,000 years ago. Archaeologists found tools, engravings, and even traces of ancient fires, proving that Neanderthals were more advanced than once thought. The cave's location near the sea also suggests they may have hunted marine life. These discoveries challenge old ideas about early humans. Gorham's Cave revealed that our ancient relatives were far more advanced than history once believed. Massive underwater caverns. This discovery is nothing short of amazing. A group of divers in eastern Mexico connected two massive underwater caverns. Their efforts revealed what could be the world's largest flooded cave, stretching an incredible 347 kilometers, 216 miles. This hidden world has remained untouched for thousands of years. The Sac Actun cave system near Tulum now includes the Dos Ojos system. Together, they form an enormous underwater maze. This discovery isn't just about size. It could offer new clues about the ancient Maya civilization. The Maya people believed cenotes, deep, water-filled sinkholes, were special and even sacred. Well, finding something this important takes skill and luck. Alcantara Gorges. Tourists exploring the Alcantara Gorges in Sicily came across something unusual. Among the towering basalt walls and rushing waters, they spotted what looked like ancient carvings on the rocks. At first, it seemed like a trick of nature, but experts later examined the site and found signs that early civilizations may have passed through this canyon long ago. Even in well-known places, history still finds a way to reveal itself. Sometimes, all it takes is a curious eye to spot it. Undiscovered site. During construction work in Israel, a mechanical digger unexpectedly broke into a sealed cave. Archaeologists entered and found it untouched since the time of Ramesses II. Inside, ancient artifacts lay exactly as they had been placed during a burial ceremony thousands of years ago. Experts from the Israel Antiquities Authority described it as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The site offered a rare look into ancient traditions, preserved in perfect detail. It's astonishing how something buried for so long remained hidden until fate decided it was time to be found. And now let us move on towards our subscribers' pick of the day. In Texas, a caving enthusiast known as Underground Explorer faced a terrifying moment. While navigating a cave at Guadalupe River Ranch, they found themselves neck-deep in rising groundwater. The narrow passage left little room to move, and the water kept rising fast. Every breath became a struggle as they fought to stay above the surface. Hope they made a safe exit. One thing is confirmed: exploring underground wonders is thrilling. But this near-tragic moment proved that nature's depths can be full of unexpected challenges.